We've already talked a bit about character, so we know we need a hero. Sometimes the hero is aspirational, someone our audience strives to be like a celebrity or influencer. And sometimes that character is someone just like me, normal and relatable. In these cases, when that character makes a choice, we see what's possible and we're reminded that we can do the same. On the other hand, sometimes digital storytelling illustrates the opposite of what we should do and reminds us that we can make a different choice. In this case, the character is usually someone we don't want to be or don't want to admit that we already are. Whoever the hero might be, we've got to give them a path to walk, a framework for telling the story. Stories often follow a pattern, a framework that can help the audience understand and predict where things are going to go, and offer them a little surprise when things don't quite turn out as they expect. Learning storytelling frameworks can help us practice better digital storytelling, not just because we follow those frameworks, but because we can learn to subvert them in interesting ways. One of the most useful frameworks to draw from is the three-part formula of challenge, choice, and outcome. If you have these three simple elements in your story, you've got the makings of something compelling. First, the challenge. Every story needs to have a challenge. That's the conflict. That's where the interest comes in. It tells us that the main character wants something that they can't get. So there's a desire and a drive moving them forward. We connect and relate to this want and follow the character on their journey. Next is the choice. The choice is key because first, it reveals our values. The choice to go bungee jumping with friends, even when you're scared, reveals a value of adventure or courage. The choice to stay at home when everyone else goes out reveals a value of comfort and safety. The choice your character makes should reflect the values your company or organization espouses. Secondly, when our characters make choices, it shows they have agency and tells the audience that they too can make choices. Building choice into the story is how we get our audiences to take action. Finally, the outcome, the payoff, the result of that choice. This is the reward that our hero, and ideally our audience, are both looking for. Using this challenge, choice, outcome framework can also help us keep our storytelling short. In the digital world where we often contend with letter and word counts, it's important to get at the emotional punch without a lot of flowery language. To shorten your story, first determine the challenge, choice, and outcome. Then try telling it out loud in 1 minute. Then try it in 30 seconds. Then 15, then 10. What stays? What language do you keep coming back to in order to get the story across? Try this exercise a few times and see where you land.
Okay.